Hey, Redcon Raider here. Today's video is dedicated to the Raiders, the fine folks who help make these videos possible, with special thanks to Revenant, a nerd in war paint, Antonio Hernandez, Ice Storm Shadow, Nathan Welch Jr., and Valenrook. Thanks for your support, guys. That said, let's get started. And welcome back to Wasteland 3, as we once again return to the frozen wastes of Colorado to tie up a few last loose ends before we officially embark on the endgame scenario. We took down Valor, we took down Victory, we took down the Dorseys. So at this point, all we've really got left is to take on Liberty herself, as well as her gaggle of replacement warlords. Easier said than done, I suppose, but we are a bit OP these days. Now, one thing I will note is that apparently we cannot get cybernetics after collecting that skill book from Gary. The act of officially closing out his quest also marks Vivisecto as being unwilling to do business with you, which, you know, is fair. On the other hand, I should also note that talking to Angela did, however, trigger the final wave of new equipment updates at Ranger HQ. So I took the money I was going to use for cybernetic implants, and I used it to purchase an assortment of pretty solid tech upgrades for the squad as a whole. Perhaps the biggest of which is the unique Graviton Shredder, which I've further modified with an assortment of mid and high tier mods, including swapping out the elemental damage from energy to fire. I've also maxed out our weapon modding skill and started applying some of the unique endgame mods to our weapons. Fire damage for Rhett, explosive damage for Dahl. And I've taken steps to start bolstering our armor loadouts as well, trying to get everyone up above 20 armor minimum. I did do some leveling up off screen as part of this whole gear makeover, but that was mostly support skills. I capped out Lucia's weapon modding, I bumped Ian's armor modding up to 8, and I effectively capped out Hard-Ass on Bonkers. So yeah, we should be in pretty good shape here. There are a few notable pieces of endgame equipment we have yet to get our hands on, but by my count, we should be collecting those over the next couple of episodes, so let's get back to it. Alright, so we are headed southwest first. We're going to knock out that chunk, and then we will start on the southeast. I don't think we'll have time for everything today, but we definitely want to knock out all this stuff before we head to Yuma County, because that is the point of no return. The southern dunes, almost exclusively populated with material that was cut from the launch build. Steel Town, the dunes, the Sparks and Chains, the no-rad tunnels. Kind of a shame, really. It's just a big dead zone. Though, yes, for those of you who are wondering, I have indeed heard that InXile has announced their first major narrative expansion, which will be adding Steel Town back into the mix, as well as potentially other smaller locations as well, though details are scarce at the moment. A hunched man tosses junk into the back of an old pickup. Some robots help him. They beep as you approach, and he looks up. His face is deformed. His hands have 2 thumbs each.
You famous. Cheapest here name on wind. Rangers. Want trade?
What kind of name is Chebus?
Heal sick, son of Gob. What else name I have?
Oh, you can heal people? Will you heal us, Chebus? We want to believe.
Wait, Chiba speak to Alrighty.
He stares directly into the sun, unblinking. At last, he looks at you again.
Gob say you smash good. Need strength. Take it.
Bizarrely, you do feel refreshed. Probably best not to question that. Show us what you've got, Chebus.
This, my stuff.
Okay, at a glance, I'm seeing a lot of mid to high tier consumables and weapons. Though at this point we actually have even better gear, so that doesn't help us much. Oh, but these mods. Those are actually some really rare, powerful mods. Alright, let's do this. We're going to dump some of our backup gear. There's no real reason to hold on to it anyway. And then we will use those funds to pick up all of those weapon mods. And maybe that stack of energy cells too. That should keep us going for a while. Oh, that's not right. The Farsight computer-assisted scope is a unique mod, and I am fairly certain I actually slapped it on Rhett's new machine gun. So we definitely should not have 6 of them in our inventory. I will take advantage of that, though. Probably a side effect of the recent updates. I do vaguely recall there being a somewhat similar bug way back when the game first launched. Though I think that one was restricted to quick-slotted gear, medkits and the like. Yeah, I think that's fine. Where were we? Anyway, yeah, so Steeltown. Definitely something to look forward to. I think we're actually right in the area here where the main Steeltown hub will be. From what I've gathered, that is intended to be based around the city of Pueblo, Colorado, sometimes referred to as the biggest steel town in the western states. I chattered about it over in my video about cut locations, and this is definitely one of the most prominent locations that didn't make it into the game. Though to be fair, I should actually stress that it might have always been planned as an expansion. With locations like the Cathedral of Holy Detonation or the Everest, they were teasing them as far back as 2017. But Steeltown, I think pretty much everything we know about Steeltown was data mined from the beta and launch builds. They've never teased it officially up until that recent trailer.
Hey, gun fans! Dr. Frankenshooter here with another episode of Monster Gun Mods. I know it's been a while since I did an update on the Napalm Cannon build. Those burns I got last episode took a long time to heal, bro. But while I was waiting for the skin grafts to set, I got an idea for an even more radical build. You heard of nail guns, right? Well, I'm gonna build a nail minigun! That's right, stay tuned!
Hey, whatever makes you happy, man. At any rate, this is obviously the placeholder location for Steeltown. You can even see the giant red circle right on the map where we're currently parked. Similar to the red arrow you can see further north, which points directly at where the Cathedral of Holy Detonation is supposed to be. You know, looking at it, we're actually not too far off from where NORAD is supposed to be. Not to mention the sparks and chains. So, who knows? Maybe they'll add more than just Steeltown back in with the upcoming expansion. A big, hard plastic case sits in a pile of trash. It's locked. Is it? Should probably check that again. Meh, this stuff's pretty mediocre. Ooh. Not bad. Oh! Well, hello there. I was not expecting that. But, yeah, okay. Slight vibrations are making your coffee cup jitter. An earthquake, perhaps? The illusion is quickly dispelled by the loud thuds of a scorpitron stomping around the corner. Certainly nothing we can't handle at this point. You overload the Scorpitron's auditory sensors with signals and noise from the Kodiak. It will recover quickly, but this gives you enough time to get the first shots in. All right, let's see here. I'm seeing a fair amount of ads. The killers in particular are high threat. Yeah. Let's get our guys in position, and I figure 2 turns and we'll have these things wiped. Side note, I have temporarily disabled music while we're in the world map, but don't worry, I'll find some catchy tracks to sub in. Let's get our shorter range fighters right up in the middle here. Morningstar, hit the music. Well, that was fun, but I think we're pretty much done here. There's no way this thing will survive the rest of the turn. We might have actually already had it wrapped up if the full zoo crew had deployed instead of just Poltron and Gun Bunny. Trying to be mindful of our energy cells. Ooh, yep, that'll do it.
Ain't funny, but you're laughing at jokes.
Not too shabby. November gets it done. Pulsar. Superheated plasma shotgun. Not bad. I might actually toss that on Ian. Maybe Lucia, but she gets a lot more use out of a revolver. This looks to be a unique encounter map too, so we'll want to make sure we scout the whole thing. Not a lot we can actually use here. The SWAT light might come in handy, but otherwise it's just ammo and sales fodder. Map's clear. Moving out. I want to say this is where they're going to put NORAD, or the NORAD tunnels, if and when they add it. But we're actually coming up on what I think is the most intriguing of the placeholders. Behold, the sparks in chains. Not quite as impressive as the original concept art, but still. Details are hazy, but apparently there's some sort of
Wouldn't you
pre-war...
rather I was a horse, Miss Wesson?
Pardon? Where did that come from?
My analysis of your attire. You resemble a rootin' tootin' cowgirl, and cowgirls ride horses.
Very kind of you, Morningstar. But, truth be told, I'm a bit scared of horses. I like you just as you are.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, that did seem like an important exchange for this momentous moment. Anyway, hold that thought. The ground rumbles beneath your tires. The road bulges. Suddenly, a waste worm rears its ugly head. It nearly tips the Kodiak over. Another turns the highway ahead into an undrivable crater. Uh-oh. Can't run, so, alright, let's knock these things out. Knowing that wasteworms see body heat, you throw your mylar thermal blankets over your heads. Suddenly, they're not sure where you are. Time to attack.
We're in it now!
Oh my goodness. That thing is huge. Wasteworm Colony Lord. I don't think I've ever actually seen that variant. Okay, so just the two. This should make for a pretty easy fight, regardless of how ginormous these things are. Morningstar, hit the music. Yep. Doesn't really matter how tough you are if you've got a giant glowing kill switch right on the side of your head. Now, where is our loot crate? There it be. And I think we're done here. So, anyway, as I was saying, before the tremors and the cowboy discussion, the Sparks and Chains are a mystery, might be an AI repository, but I sincerely doubt that, given that we already have the machine commune. But it could be some sort of digital brain backup, essentially Project Immortal, but on a much grander, if cheaper, scale. And that is the southwest corner completed. We'll head back east, and we've still got about 20 minutes to play with, so we'll beeline for the monster bunker, and then we'll head northeast from there.
Is it true that they used to make pasta sauce with fresh tomatoes?
According to my record, such dishes were very common.
Never had a fresh tomato. Wonder what they were like.
Someday, the world will once again be safe for tomatoes. This, I promise.
Thanks, Morningstar.
Guys, I'm going to have to ask you to step up the quality of the conversation a little. Though I do appreciate a good pasta. Drools. I feel like we can pretty safely skip this one. The last couple of encounters at least had some mildly interesting scenarios to offer. But we have fought dozens of drools.
Take a stand against the commie gangs that are undermining our community. They want our oil, citizens, which is the lifeblood of freedom. Join the fight and help us win one for the Gipper.
Well, a bit late for that, but I do appreciate the zeal.
Howdy, Rangers. We got some trouble over here at my ranch. Bunch of freak shows rolled up and seem to want something. Feeling about them. So I'd be much obliged if you came by.
Okay. Oh yeah, look at that. It is just north of us. I guess that's our next stop. One sec. Knox Bison Ranch. A prosperous ranch where the Knox family have raised bison for food and trade for generations. The pause was so I could re-enable the music and grab a quick drink. Okay.
Rangers! Rangers, you came! We're in dire straits here. Those twisted psychopaths want us all dead. You gotta help us.
What's going on?
Them crazies were demanding our bison to turn them into weapons of war. Sick fucks wanted to graft machine parts onto them or something. When they started machining them up, the bison fought back. They don't like to be messed with, and they're damn fierce. Bastards had their hands full for sure.
Where are these psychopaths?
They done camped out at the side door on the right. Won't keep 'em out long. It's our breeding pen, and most of our bison are in there. They must have noticed us trying to reinforce it and decided it was the best way in.
Enough talking. Let's get them, now.
I'll show you the way, but I am done as soon as we see them. They're crazy. Follow me. The sick bastards are up there. I'll just hang on back while you take care of things. Wouldn't want to get in the way.
Well, following the classic CRPG format, let's look at everything else first. The bison's head is covered in numerous surgical incisions. Bits of metal protrude from many of the cuts. Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to mess with these things. Hard to even imagine what they'd look like once they were all cybered up. Obvious side path. Caked to the bottom half of the dozer blade is layer upon layer of dried bison dung. Delightful. Hidden path on the left. This might actually let us loop around and flank the scar collectors. Ice hoppers. Ooh, challenge rating 10. Hey, toaster. You done croaked. Wow, these things are a lot more fragile than the ones we saw back at the Patriarch's bunker. Shame, I would like an actual fight at some point. Right. Not sure why I thought that would work. But it turns out they are not resistant to explosive 50 cal rounds. Good to know. Nice. Quick Quaid. The race goes rarely to the nice. He'll be the first to make a slice. A creepy doll for our creepy doll. Barbecue Pitmaster, Volume 5. The Whole Pig and Nothing But the Pig. A cookbook focused on the history of barbecuing and techniques for roasting a whole pig. And what appears to be a rotting, severed head. Marked as a mission item. Okay, I am fairly certain that is related to the Cannibal Jamboree, which we took in a slightly different direction. But we'll grab those just in case. Alright, well, we can't flank them from here, so I guess we'll head inside. Not really seeing much to interact with. Bimetallic gold alloy filament. This gossamer filament, flecked with gold, would serve as the timer release in a beautiful toaster. As you pull this shimmering piece from the now repaired appliance, you realize that you have all the components needed to build a brand new golden toaster. Neat. Each piece slots together perfectly, seeming to become an unbroken whole. As the mica sheeting, wrapped in nichrome wire, slides into the casing, a spark travels along the bevel. As the energy dissipates, you can make out block lettering. Congratulations, Master Toaster Repairman! You and your toaster are ready for what comes next. Toaster Repair Academy. Sure, why not? We've certainly encountered stranger things in Colorado.
Those savages killed some fine bison.
Howdy, name's Daryl.
Howdy, Daryl.
Howdy, name's Daryl.
Howdy, Daryl.
Please help us kill those savages.
Huh. Alright, I think I see what's going on here. Let's circle back around and we'll hit the scar collectors from the direction we're supposed to. I suspect once we approach the scar collectors, we'll get the option to double-cross the ranchers. Hence why the barn is basically just a glorified combat arena.
It's only a matter of time.
Yeah, not marked as hostile, so let's chat.
What do you want? This has nothing to do with you.
I don't know about that. I'd say your harassment of a farming community warranted our attention.
Piss off, Rangers. You have no say in this matter. We will take what is ours.
Both of our skill-based options are equal parts betraying the ranchers. That's an unusual turn. Also, the meat maker. I'm fairly certain that is the single-shot harpoon gun we found quite a ways back. Odd that that would be a reward attached to a difficulty 10 persuasion check. The ranchers called us. There'll be no genocide on our watch.
Then you will die with them.
All right. All right. Let's hope these guys can put up an actual fight. Let's try the machine gun. Ooh, yes, that is much nicer. Like an exploding blood sausage. Long way, moving up. Lucia tagging in. Oh, hi there. I did not realize we had a second group hanging all the way in back. Let's not overextend. We'll hang back and wait for them to approach.
Need some help.
Look at that. We actually got shot. A nice refreshing change of pace. Also, ow, I guess. Boo. No. Yes. Like a fine red mist. And now we can trim this guy.
Damn nice job you done there, Rangers. And since you taking care of us, seems only fitting we take care of you. We could send some meat over to your HQ every so often. Sound good?
That it does. Always wanted to try my hand at training a bison, too. And it would be great in a fight.
Oh, well, you did save our bacon. We can send you one of our prized bison. You'll never find a better friend in man or nature. Any chance you can clear some vermin off the ranch before they go after one of our bison?
What's the issue you have with these vermin?
Well, all sorts of critters find their way to the bison from time to time, trying for a meal. Now, we usually keep them away, but with us being occupied lately, some made their way out back to the bison's watering hole. Can you help us clear them out?
I wouldn't worry too much about that. We have killed everything in a 10-mile radius.
Holy moly, you Rangers work fast. Thank you for clearing out those vermin. We'll be happy to send you the finest of our bison meat to your headquarters.
Why, thank you. Bison meat can actually be quite tasty. You'd think it'd be gamey, given how big they are, but it actually isn't. Tuffalo Buffalo, plus 10% crit resist. And yet another new addition to the zoo crew. Major Tom will be thrilled. I believe they gave Tom an extra buff. Nothing but vendor trash. That's a shame. Let's see what else we've got here. Bison skull. I could swear we've already got one of those. The aroma of rancid bison rises from the pot, bubbling over the campfire.
You guys really took care of things. You guys really took care of things.
You guys really took care of things. You guys really took care of things.
Thanks again, Rangers. We'll be sending that bison meat shortly.
Okay, I think we're pretty much done here. Which, given that we are coming up on the hour mark, makes this a pretty good breaking point. Obviously, I was hoping we'd cover the entire world map today. Realistically, that just wasn't going to happen. There was just too much ground to cover. So we will hit the pause button for now and pick up here next time as we explore the Eastern Plains, scope out the last couple of optional locations, maybe swing back by the Ranger HQ just to sample some of that delicious bison meat, see what else has changed in our absence. But then it's finally time to set our sights on Yuma County. Don't want to keep all those warlords waiting. See you then. Oh, and remember, although I do love playing Wasteland 3, you can find out more about the game by visiting the official website, the official social media feeds, or the official store pages. And if you'd like to help support the channel, feel free to push any of the buttons that do the things, or maybe even check out the Patreon. Links are in the description.
You guys really took care of things.